Hello, everyone. Welcome to your election update, your weekly update until the election for November 3rd, 2020. We are exactly 2 weeks away from the U.S. presidential election, and I will be going into polling and, of course, dissecting very important races for the United States Senate as we go along here. So we're going to get into our polling. So I'm recording this as of 8:30 p.m. The latest updates I have right now. Biden is ahead by 10 points in national polling. I want to remind everyone that we are 2 days away from the second and last presidential debate. I honestly am personally upset with the Commission on Presidential Debates. Why would they schedule a debate on a Thursday night when clearly there is an NFL football game on Fox? That's one issue the Commission on Presidential Debates should have thought of a long time ago. This was supposed to be a third debate, but the second one was canceled last week because the president had contracted coronavirus, so he was out of action for a couple weeks, then came back. So the president's back on the campaign trail. Tonight he is in Erie, Pennsylvania. And for former Vice President Joe Biden, he is off the campaign trail. He is getting ready for debate prep with his team right now. At the moment, as we currently know. We also know that tomorrow, former President Barack Obama will be speaking at a drive-in event near Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania battleground. If you don't remember, President Trump flipped the state 4 years ago in 2016 to beat Hillary Clinton. So that is very important to bring up, that the former president of the United States, the predecessor to Donald Trump, Barack Obama, is speaking tomorrow. That is a momentum gainer for the former vice president, who, again, was the VP in the Obama administration for 8 years. So that's note of importance. Also, we got word today from the president that he will be appearing on 60 Minutes sometime this week or next week. We don't know what the word will be. We saw a tweet earlier today from the president that Leslie Stahl, the anchor, one of the anchors from 60 Minutes, was not wearing a face mask on White House property. So that, of course, gained a lot of national attention, and supposedly now Biden wants to also be on 60 Minutes. So a lot has, in fact, changed. And before I go into the House and Senate polls, I want to note that just from an electoral opinion, New York should be considered a toss-up state right now. I'm not saying who's going to win the state of New York, but there has been a lot of concern that a lot of the suburban voters may flip the state red, which, again, New York has always been known as the safe blue haven. But remember what's been going on in New York City. A lot of people are mad at the Democrats in the sense that they keep supposedly threatening to defund the police. Yet a high prominent county executive, Laura Curran, didn't do that. So a lot's in the air with New York right now. If you are a concerned voter, don't let your guard down. I'm just saying that New York should be considered a toss-up. I know it's a lean blue state, and I know I'm noticing a lot of ads in New York from both the candidates. So I'll theorize in the next couple of weeks why I think New York. I'm not going to go into specific, but it has a lot to do with the suburban vote. It has a lot to do with it. So I'll get into that next week, or probably the day of the election, most likely. So we're going to get into the polling for the Senate. They don't really have a, I guess, specific way that the Senate is leaning. So that's not what we really want to see. So I just want to see general election for the presidency. Yeah, that doesn't help me. Do apologize, folks. Yeah, I just wish that they would show, national polling averages. But this is the problem with 538. Okay, so I'm going to get into a couple of the Senate races. This is, I guess, the notable ones. I don't want to just go into all the random ones. So this is from last week. Susan Collins may lose her job in Maine. So we'll get into Maine, which is very important that we get into. You have Susan Collins, who is being challenged by a... let me make sure I got this right here. I do apologize. Yeah, why isn't this working? Let me zoom out. I do apologize. Okay, that's better. Move it up a little bit. So in Maine, you have a person by the name of Sarah Gideon who is running against Susan Collins. Now, Susan Collins is someone who leans more towards... I do apologize, folks. I have no idea what's going on with Wikipedia. I may have to zoom out of this because it doesn't look like the way I want it to look. So can we zoom out? See if we can zoom out. Yeah, looks like we're going to be able to. Good. Okay, very good. I was getting worried I couldn't zoom out. That would that'd be a problem right there. Oh, can I make this a little bit bigger? I guess not. Okay. So we'll have to leave it like this. But as you can see here, the cause of concern, and this is much better. There we go. Susan Collins is someone who leans more towards the middle. She doesn't favor the right or the left. And that's a concern to a lot of people in Maine. That, Susan Collins may favor Trump one day. She may not favor him the next day. So that's something that needs to be monitored on the night of the election. No question. So now we are going to move on to next race right here. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. No, if I make it a little bit bigger, then what's the point? I do apologize. Wish OBS would be more cooperative, but I guess not. That's better. Okay, so another important seat in Michigan is James versus Peters. So we'll get into that one. Now, the reason why we have to focus on Gary Peters in Michigan is for one reason and one reason only. You have a Republican by the name of John James. So he was the nominee in 2018. And of course he lost. And it's very important for Maine that in that sense, that safe blue seat could flip to red. Because remember, the president won Michigan in 2016. So it could go up. It could go up into the favor of the Republicans. So that would also have to be monitored as well on the night of the election. Arizona is an important one. I brought this up numerous times. Martha McSally taking on astronaut Mark Kelly, who, again, Mark Kelly is the the husband to former Gabby Giffords. Right, Gabby Giffords. I'm going to bring that up. So I'll just show it on the thing here. Do apologize. I just wish that, this wouldn't happen. So, again, you have Mark Kelly, who is running for that seat. And reason why we're going to bring up Mark Kelly is because Gabby Giffords. So Gabby Giffords was, of course, a former congresswoman. Remember, she was shot a couple years ago, made national headlines. So Mark Kelly is trying to get elected. That isn't a very important big deal. So, this is the late John McCain seat, which is another interest why people, I guess, would pay attention to this. That's very fair to bring up in that sense. And then you got South Carolina. And that's why I had South Carolina earlier, because that's going to matter on the night of the election. Lindsey Graham, who is a Trump loyalist, as many people call him, is taking on the Democratic chairman of South Carolina. So we'll get into that one right now. In South Carolina, once again, you got Lindsey Graham taking on Democratic Party chairman Jamie Harrison. So that needs to be monitored as well on the night of the election. Also on the night of the election, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, we'll get into this. U.S. Marine fighter pilot Amy McGrath is challenging longtime Senator, and again, the leader of the Senate, Mitch McConnell. So that's going to matter for the Republicans because McConnell could, in fact, lose his race. We will see if there is a poll from Kentucky I want to get into. So, this is important. Last week, on Wednesday, one of the polls suggested that Biden could win Virginia. So that needs to be brought up. PA is going for Biden at the moment from last week. I'm trying to see if anything has come out of Kentucky, but I don't see anything out of Kentucky at the moment. Unless maybe I'm wrong and maybe something hasn't come out of that. Yeah, so these are the polls, of course. I'll go into today's polls and then I'll see if I can find anything from Kentucky. Okay, so first up, let's move this up. Why is this moved like this? There we go. Okay, right now one of the polls is suggesting that Biden's only up by 1 in Florida. In Georgia, Trump is only up by 1. Tie in Georgia. Biden's up by 5 in Minnesota. Biden's up by 3 in Pennsylvania. There is a close race in Iowa. North Carolina, we are noticing a lot of favorability towards Joe Biden. Ohio, Biden's winning by 1 point. Michigan right now has Biden up by 7. So that is important to bring up. Then you got the other third-party candidates, which, honestly, why are they even putting them in there? I don't get it, but okay. I'm just trying to see if anything has come up for Kentucky. I don't see anything in Kentucky. Unless something is... try to Google it. Here we go. Anything has come up for Kentucky. Do apologize about that. Okay, no polls have come out regarding Kentucky. Which... that is cause of concern right there. It's only 2 weeks to the election, and we don't have any results on Kentucky. So that is going to have to really be kept an eye on closely. So I think with that, we're going to wrap it up. You know, it's still up in the air. I haven't seen anything about Arizona. Do apologize. I have no clue what is going on here. Arizona here, that's what I want to look up before we wrap this up. Okay, anything from Arizona? Okay, last update from Arizona, and I do apologize. Why is this bothering me again? Hate when it says I have to unblock ads. I do apologize. Let's see if it works now. Okay, there we go. So, according to this, it says last poll from last week, Biden was up by 3. So right now, Biden's up by 3 in Arizona. So that, again, has to closely be monitored. We'll see what the debate shows, because we saw last time Biden and Trump kept interrupting each other. That became a problem. And, the bottom line is they're claiming that they're going to mute the mics, part of it, and then there's going to be discussions uninterrupted, stuff like that. So, my only concern is, how is Kristen Welker going to handle herself from NBC News? That's the only thing I'm wondering with this debate. So, with that, I'm going to wrap this up. Another video will come next week. But again, it's up in the air right now. We just don't really know what could happen. It's still a very... Don't let the polls fool you, because polls can change anything. We saw what happened in 2016. We are just going to have to see what happens within the next week or two, because this debate could maybe change everything. So thank you all for watching, and until the next one, please take care.